people. Que pasa, suck, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. First thing that is popping in the news, it is called Another One Bites the Dust. I am speaking about a 31-year-old man. His name is Keran Kadola Angus. Very long name. However, he is not going to make it to age 32. He lost his life, he met his demise in an operation that was launched by the Popo, call it Special Operation. It is said that the Popo went to an era in Kingston, acting on some sorts of information intelligence. When they entered a premises, Mr. Angus decides he did not want to go transition into the afterlife. So therefore he got big, bad and bold, him wheel and pop off, blaze up some sorts of can after the Popo. Needless to say, you know the script. For every action is an equal and opposite reaction. The Popo did likewise. After the smoke cleared, Mr. Angus was pretty much meat. He was hit a couple of times in the upper body, probably in the face. He was rushed. Now when we speak about rush, it is of the turtle type. He was rushed to the KPH, which is Kingston Public Place of Recovery. However, there was to be no sorts of recovery. He was pronounced like Creole English of the bush type, Bakawal. Now people, here's the thing. Mr. Angus has been on the Popo JCF Most Wanted list from about June 20th of 2021. A check of the calendar, we are now in March of 2023. He fell short of 2 years short of his life. I have told you on several occasions that the lifespan of most GUNMEN is that of a housefly. So this man died at age 31. He pretty much got extended stay. He was living on borrowed time. He is what you would call the Methuselah of the badman housefly. So therefore he got extended stay. However, that extended stay was cancelled the other day, about 24 hours ago. Now according to the Popo records, when they went with a warrant. They were not given the opportunity to execute that warrant. Mr. Angus made it very easy for them to EXECUTE him, because him decides he wanted to challenge the Popo. Now we've heard on several occasions the chairman of the Popo say, listen, whenever you challenge the Popo, you are going to end up on the SHITTY end of the stick. But I figure Mr. Angus figured to himself, if them hold me, I am presently wanted for a double, some SHOOTING amongst other criminal activity. It is better me get a fresh trip down to the DEAD yard than pick up a fresh 15 at least just for the tool that they recovered, seized after the mission was completed. So therefore he thought to himself, DAMN if I do, DAMN if I don't. Either way, I am headed up to SHIT Creek without any sort of paddle. Do the math, you'll know exactly what I am speaking about. Now the members of this operation, the JCF, they have a term in which they coined. It is called, the suspect was mortally wounded. They did not say he was pronounced D-E-A-D. They did not say it was fatal. Them just make you know, say, these persons now are mortally wounded. That means your D-E-A-D, C-M-D-A-M-N thing. Here's the thing about these gangsters. Most of the time when they lose their life, I am not going to say they got caught slipping. I am going to say that it is called karma. I am going to say that it is judgment day. Based on the information on the street, it is said that this man, Mr. Angus, he went over to some sort of girl's house. That lady's name is Apple. Don't know if that is true, cannot verify or validate. Word on the street is not always 100% proof. So in other words, he went by Apple with that apple bottom to top that ASS, but got ASSOUT. That means that he is out of here. 3 strike. The Popo took his 3 points. Now there's a video that is out with this man being fling in a some sorts of Popo Jeep. People, because of YouTube's policy, I cannot show that video. I am going to put that video in my WhatsApp group. The phone number, WhatsApp number, 1-876-894-2711. Just say that in a text you want the Angus video. Do not call me, and even worse, don't video call me. Simple as 1, 2, 3. You want to join the WhatsApp group, give your name, you want the Angus video. Simple as that. Now since that incident, the Popo High Command, they've put out some warning for their Popo and also some warning for men that are planning any sorts of reprisal, any sorts of revenge. They told the Popo to be vigilant. They told the gunmen, you do not want any sorts of smoke. Mr. Angus did his deeds, and everybody that do any sorts of wrong deeds, they would have to pay. Either way, every man have to pay the piper. So therefore, you don't want any sorts of smoke. Mr. Angus, he made his bed and he lied in his bed. You don't want to go and join Mr. Angus in his bed. That is going to be HOMO. There is no sorts of insurance policy that you won't meet the same sorts of demise. Now people, in this video that I spoke about, the Popo, after they took out this man, they dealt with him like the health department. Whenever there's any sorts of road, KILL, and them just go with a shovel. One man hold 1 foot, the next man hold the back foot. In this case, one Popo hold both hands, the next one hold the next 2 foot, and them swing him, and them fling him. He did not land flush in the van. The head was hanging over. Them jump up in the van, meaning the Popo, and pull him like some sorts of DEAD, DAWG. Now people, there's a psychological message behind all of this. If you choose, if you have aspirations of being a gunman and think that you can take on the Popo, there is a strong possibility that this might also happen to you. You do not want to end up in that predicament. Now, whenever you see any sorts of Popo on any sorts of operation, hold a body and fling it in the van like that. You know that it is fresh, KILL. You know that rigor mortis did not even set in as yet. So therefore, this gangster found himself in a very bad predicament. He got desperate and he made a choice. He took the option that was wrong. Instead of opting for that fresh 15 and whatever charges were superseded because of that warrant that he had for at least 2 takeaway amongst couple shootings, he decided that he wanted to challenge the Popo. He made a mortally fatal error. Further on in the news, we know that there's been a whole lot of white-collar thieves that are scamming, defrauding the monies at these financial institutions, investment companies, bank, etc., etc., etc. So therefore, you are getting screwed from internal and also external forces. I am going to let you take a look at a voice note of a man explaining a predicament that he went through where somebody hacked in to his account of a prominent bank. This person took out a loan. This person transferred some money after taking out the loan to some other accounts. However, instead of getting assistance from the bank and their representative, instead of these representatives cooperating with this man and the relevant authority, meaning the Popo, they are acting as if they are some sorts of criminals. They are acting as if they are trying to shield some people or some sorts of institution. They don't want to expose the truth and the reality of what is occurring in these banks. So people, take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Yeah, good night, bro. Alright, so what I want to explain to you today, right, is that I want a situation where about last year, April 13th or April 2022, somebody hacked my NCB account and borrow a loan from it. I report the matter to NCB same time when I get the notice say me a borrow a loan. I inform them say I no me to take the loan. And the customer service representative what me talk to from them 188 number tell me say no loan now borrow from my account. What they have me is some cash pass through my account. So I asked her to explain what she mean by some cash pass through my account. She couldn't give me one explanation where would that satisfy me. So what I do is me hang up on she and I call back one different representative. So after about 45 minutes on the line with this representative, she make me know say what really happened is that somebody take out one loan from my account and send it to one different account. So I say explain that. She said well somebody take out one loan of about 150,000 and send it to one next account, and then from that account then send it to about 3 different accounts. So I to make sure know say hey, I don't me that do that. So what I like for them cancel the loan there since I just a while ago take out. Bear in mind, upon one Saturday the loan was being processed. So she tell me say them stop the loan and the money stop. Nobody not get the money. We must go bank Monday morning in regards to the loan. So the Monday morning I get up, I go bank, I report it to NCB fraud department. After about 3 weeks, them contact me again and say, well, them sorry for inform me say me go have to pay back the loan because of my account to take out funds. So I say, why am I responsible for one loan where uno process on a Saturday evening and send it to somebody where that person send it to about 3 other accounts in less than 1 minute? Because of what them explained to me, right? So from then on there, I speak with one of them branch manager, Bay West Montego Bay. Her name is Andrea Allen Phillips. Bear in mind, almost a year now, cause April 13 I come ago 1 year. I talk to her from them time and she keep a give me run around and say I police them now request the information for them actually find out who do it and one bag of thing. So today, officially, the police officer will investigate from the Summit Fraud Department at a Summit Police Station and over on Bottom Road, Montego Bay. That person go said to me, say, unofficially, what she can tell me say is, them request the information from NCB and NCB don't right tell them say them not give them the information because of privacy. So I actually went back to NCB today and spoke to the same Andrea Allen Phillips, that which is the branch manager at BOS, and she go tell me say I lie the police them I tell them no request no information or area. So I say alright, so why did you send a letter to the police stating that because of customers' privacy they can't provide them with information? She couldn't answer me. She just stuck, she just start type a bag of things on her computer and things. So I say I can't talk to one senior manager. The lady outright tell me no. She now go give me the opportunity to talk to one senior manager. So bear in mind, I just want to highlight them little thing, and because I know one of me alone it happened to. I know at least 5 more persons right now in Montego Bay where it happened to. The person I talk to personally where it happened to, even a teacher what I know right now, $500,000 loan somebody take out on our account, and NCB know about it, and them a bully me and others to pay back the loans. And I don't think it's fair for things like this happen. When I realize a person who work in the government sector, because I'm a firefighter, and it go unfair for me now work really no whole heap of money and I put my life at risk, and then somebody in a bank with me if get paid through go give my information to somebody if somebody get access to my account. So I just something like I just want you, if me want to call you to talk to you about to see if I could highlight them little issues that we have faced. You understand?
Now, people, you would think that this is a very clear case. This man is not a criminal. This man is not a chopper. This man is not a gangster. This man is a hard-working youth that put his life on the line every day. He has no reason to be thieving, especially from himself, and then complaining about something that he might have done. So we can come to the conclusion him not have nothing for doing nothing. He called the bank immediately when he realized that his account was being hacked. Not only did they hack his account, then put out a loan and transfer that money to several different accounts. Sounds familiar. Him call the bank right away. When him call the bank are going to tell the man say some cash pass through his account. No sorts of explanation. So what this tells you is that it seems as if there's a free-for-all in these banks, these financial institutions, meaning internally and also externally. The man did exactly what he is supposed to do as a responsible client. Went to the bank, went to the POPO. 3 weeks later, they are telling him that he has to pay for that loan that he did not take out. What about that policy that the customer is always first? It seems as if the bank is always first, even though the bank is not implementing any sorts of stuff to prevent people from becoming victims easily. What is even more disturbing is that there is a blame game being played. The bank a blame the POPO a blame the bank. Them a say that this person is doing it. However, the man had a letter in which he took from the POPO to the bank, in which they sent to the POPO. Now the bank manager is claiming that because of privacy, they cannot assist the POPO give out any sorts of information. Now people, here is the reality. There are many incidents out there. There are many victims out there. This is not an isolated incident. So here is the very disturbing reality in Jamaica. You get robbed by the crooks them on the street. You get robbed by the government. You get robbed in these financial institutions, investment companies. There is nobody to pretty much protect your interests, protect your cash. So therefore, it is damn if you do, damn if you don't. Jamaica is pretty much FUCKED up. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.